Hi, boys and girls. I'm Miss Two-Way. So today I'm going to be reading this story, Caps for Sale, 50 cents a cap. Oh, it's called Caps for Sale. I love reading this story. That's the books I love reading. Because this story is about a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. Do you want to know what the monkey business is? We're about to find out pretty soon. You're about to find out. And let me see if I can pronounce her name. She is both the author and the illustrator. So she did write the story, she wrote the words, and she also drew the picture. And her name is Asriel Slobokina. I think I got it right. I think I got it right. I think I got it right. Got it right. Just like, okay, let's get to the story. Asriel Slobokina. Cats for sale. Well, look how high he's carrying his hats. He must be really good at carrying it that high without it falling. So Rosaline and Emmy Jane, and to their grandfather who loved to read to them. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like any ordinary peddlers. Do you know who peddlers are? They're people who sell things, yes. Carry his wares on his, all the people carry the things on their backs. Maybe back in these days when they used to do that. Nowadays, people sell it online or they sell it in the stores. In Africa, they do carry things on their heads and on the back. So get that. It's true. I did. When I was in my country, in Liberia, I did sell some things on the street for my mom. We sold donuts so I can go to school. So carrying his wares on his back, he carried them on top of his head. I did that too. My mom, we had the donuts. She'll make like fried donuts, put it in the box, and we carry it on our heads in our neighbor who's selling donuts. And then people buy it. And you take the money home and she buys things for you. It's true. Not a made up story. First, he had his own hat, his own checked hat. You see, the check hat is the one that's like the first hat on his head was kind of like box, like black and white. Then a bunch of gray hats, these gray hats, and the brown hats, and a bunch of blue hats, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. Oh, caps, not hats. I'm calling it hats, but it's caps. He walked up and down the street, holding himself very straight so not to upset his caps. See, he had to hold himself very straight, like we used to have to hold our thing like this. Carry wise, you walking and you carrying your things on the street to sell because you have to sell. But he didn't have to do that because he had a position in a way where it's just tall and straight up like that, and he's carrying it. And he had his strategy or his way where it didn't fall away from his head, but he had to carry it. He went along and he called, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Caps for sale, caps. That's my voice. I'm trying to mimic how he would be selling cap because he had to be still, right? So he's probably going like this, cap for sale, 50 cents a cap. But then you have to speak louder so people all the way in the back can hear you. Cap for sale, 50 cents a cap. One morning, He couldn't sell any caps. Oh, he walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, caps for sale, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. I'm being serious because I have to be still because you know what? You can't go like this and be silly because it's going to fall. But he's like, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry because I assume he'd been walking all day. It's been since the morning. But he had no money for lunch. I think I'll go for a walk in the country, he said. And he walked out of town slowly, 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 so as not to upset his caps. So you see, he's walking. He's walking out of town. He's going to the country. See, the difference is that when he was in the city, you see the houses? Did you notice? They're like all close to each other in a tree, kind of like the houses now. Well, this is a city, even though it has pavers and stuff. He's probably walking like in a backyard. Oh, you see the fences? However, in the country, you have the houses far apart, right? They're like really far apart. So do you notice that? And it has like a picket fence and you're walking in like that. So yeah, houses are far apart, but in the city, if you notice that in the book, the houses are like close together. So when he couldn't, he said, I'll go for a walk. And he walked slowly and slowly so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. Oh my. That's a nice place for a rest, he thought, or thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back until so he had to take his own time. And he leaned back until he leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First, his own checked cap, then the gray cap, then the brown cap, then not cap but caps, okay? Then the brown caps, then the blue caps. Then on the very top was the red caps. Ooh, how many caps does he have? You want to count them? Let's see, he had his own cap. And then he had 1, 2, 3, 4 gray caps. Then he had 1, 2, 3, 4 brown caps. Then he had 1, 2, 3, 4 blue caps. Then he had 1, 2, 3, 4 red caps. How many caps are there all together? Well, how many caps were he selling? Let's count the caps, the number of caps that he's selling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He was selling 16 caps. So he had 4 gray caps, 4 brown caps, 4 blue caps, and 4 red caps. But if you count his cap that he had on his head, he had his own checked cap. Remember, let's count, including his checked cap. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He has 17 caps. interesting. So he checked all of them and they were all there, right? So he fell asleep. Oh, look, what's there? The sun is smiling like, it's so nice for him to take a rest. Go to sleep, my friend. Go to sleep, my friend. They were all there. So he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. He was really tired, huh? That's because remember they said he walked into the country. He was tired because he had been walking for a long time, it seems like. When he woke up, when when he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. He's like, I'm feeling so good. I feel so well rested. Look at him. It's like, what? I'm feeling too good. Uh, and then, but before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were there, all in the right place. All he felt was, what did he feel? Was it there? What happened? No, something had happened. All he felt was his own checked cap. There's no hats. He's like, he looked to the right. He looked to the left. No caps. What happened? He looked to the back of himself. Let me look. He looked to the back. Look, I don't see him. Do you see caps back there? Not, oh, I just see my ABCs. I don't see no caps. No caps. He looked behind the tree. Look, see, he's looking. Come on. No caps. What do you think happened to his caps? There's nothing in the tree. What do you think happened? What happened to his caps? Then he looked up in the tree. And what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray hat, a brown hat, a blue hat, and a red. I keep saying hats. Was a gray, a brown, a blue, or red caps because they were caps. They were not hats. The peddler looked at the monkey. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. Look, he's looking at them like, what's going on up there? Hello? You monkey, you, he said, shaking his finger at them. You give me back my caps. But the monkey only shook their fingers back at him and said, tut, 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 tut. Look, he's like, look. This made the peddler angry. Ugh. So he shook both hands at them and said, I use my both hands, so I have to put the books down. You monkey, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook both hands back at him and said, tut, 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 tut. Oh my gosh, he's mad. Now he felt quite angry. He stomped his feet and said, "You monkey, you better give me back my caps." The monkey's owner stomped their feet back at him and said, "You can see my feet. I'm stomping my feet. They're down there because I'm sitting down here." Oh my goodness. He was like, he stomped one foot, right? This time the peddler was very, very angry. He stomped both feet and shouted, "You monkey, you must give me back my hat." But the monkey's owner stomped both feet back at him and said, "Look, what are you doing?" They're copying what he's doing. They're mimicking. To mimic is to copy what you see someone else is doing. So that's what they're doing. They're mimicking what he's doing. Maybe in their language, they're saying that whatever he's saying, saying to the monkeys are saying it back to him. But he doesn't understand monkey language. No, he doesn't. But the monkeys on the stump both feet back at him and said, "Tut, tut, tut, tut." I think that's what it says. TSZ, I don't know how you pronounce that. At last he became so angry he pulled off his own cap, threw it to the ground, and began to walk away because he was so mad. He walked away. Look, he was so mad. He went down. What do you think the monkeys did? Since they've been mimicking him all that time, remember, mimic means to copy what you see someone else is doing. So you mimic, you repeat what they're doing. You do the exact same thing. So since they were mimicking him, what do you think the monkeys did? Let's see. But then each monkey pulled off his cap, and all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. Look. And if he knew that from the beginning, he probably would have done that a long time ago. So the peddler picked up his caps. He picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps on the very top. See, he stuffed them up. He picked them up. And slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps for sale, caps for sale." He says, "Oh, cap." Slowly, he left the country, and he was walking down to town calling, "Caps for sale, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. Wow. Was that a nice story? I think it was a great story. Lesson learned. So, what happened in the story? Can you retell me what you learned? Yes, so this guy, he sells, what did he sell? Caps. He sold caps, not hats. I keep trying to say hats. He sold caps. And he sold his caps, and he sold it in the city. And one day he was selling his caps in his city, but nobody wants to buy caps. Nobody bought any. So he thought, maybe people in the countryside, maybe they wanted to buy some caps. So he walked, and he had to carry he had to be strict and walk because it was all on top. What were the colors of the caps? Gray, brown, blue, and red. And he walked to the country. And he walked up and down, and nobody bought any caps. And he was hungry. So he was tired, and he decided to rest against a tree. And when he did that, what happened? He checked first to make sure there was nobody there and nothing was bothering, and all his hats were on his head. And when he did that, he was like, okay, now it's time to sleep. And then he fell asleep right there. And what happened when he fell asleep? He slept for a little long time that he thought he was asleep. And as he did that, he woke up. He was like, I feel well rested. I'm feeling so good right now. And he stretched himself. Oh, it's time for me to go home, I think. And then he touched his head just to check to make sure his caps were still there. My question is, how do you sleep with that thing on your head? So he checked his head. What happened? Where are my caps? I don't see my caps. What happened? Where are my caps? No caps. He didn't like that. He looked side to side, back of him. He looked at the back of him, no caps. And then he looked up, and what did he see was wearing his caps? Some monkeys, they were wearing his caps, and he didn't like that. And he was like, you monkey, you, give me back my caps. And the monkey's like, it's like, I don't understand, monkey. Give me back my caps if you know what I mean. And the monkey's like, I don't understand humor either. You, whatever you say, I repeat what you say. And he's like, I ain't playing with you. Well, I'm gonna say it the other way. I ain't playing with you. Give me back my caps if you know what I mean. And the monkey's like, did not tell you. I do not understand human. Whatever you say, I'll say it back to you. He's like, monkey, you don't know me. I said, I'm not playing with you. Give me back my caps. And the monkey's like, I ain't playing with you either. Hello? He was so mad. He took off his hat, he threw it down. He's like, fine. I am not going to be talking this over and over. I'm done. Mad. The monkey's like, well, I'm glad you're mad. I told you I don't understand human. No, it didn't say that. It didn't say that. I'm playing. It didn't say that. I'm just playing. I'm playing because I was just saying, well, similar story, similar. I was just saying it the other way so, other people can understand what I'm saying. So it's a translation. He's like, and they got mad and they threw their hats down. And he was like, oh, was that what I was supposed to do a long time ago? You should have said something, monkeys. Or else I would have done that and I would have gotten my hat and been out of this country for a long time. You just wasted my time making me all upset and stuff. And here I am spending all this time getting mad. And all you wanted me to do was throw my hat down so you can throw your hats down too? Please, next time, let me know what the game plan is, because I'm here for no monkey business, okay? I'm just, but similar story. Similar story, same thing, same thing. If you can relate, just like I just did, translate the story, which is the same thing. He didn't talk like that in the book, but he was mad. He was like, give me back my cap. And the monkeys were like, tick, 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 tick. I said, give me back my cap. It could be a music. So anyway, so that's what happened in the book. And then he finally picked up his cap and he went back to the city. He was walking so stiffly straight because he had to be straight up, right? Straight, so it doesn't fall. He's like, cap for sale, 50 cents a cap. Thank you. I hope you enjoy my story. I love the way I translated it. I don't know about you, but I like it. I love it. I love it. I like it. I want some of it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you. Please keep watching my video. Don't get mad at me because I translated your video. I had to do it my way. The story is a beautiful story, but I translated it. Like if I were reading it to my kids, because I teach in the Black and Brown community. If I was translating it, I'd be like, the story is about this, and this is how it's done. I think when I go back to class, I'll have my kids, my children, not kids, but my students, maybe we'll do like a little play with this story, and we'll see how they will dramatize it too. Maybe it'll be like mine. Maybe it'll be a little different, and maybe it'll be like, I feel like how they did it in the book. But I think it would be a great play. We do a play out of it, where we're doing the caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Love you. Miss you. Keep you right here. My heart, right here. Left, right here. All over. All in my heart. All right here. Right. Until next time. Love you. Miss you. See you again. Continue to watch my video. Remember, COVID, wash your hands. Okay? Wash your hands all over. Wash your hands. Okay? Wash your hands. Keep your hand washed. Wear your masks. And when you come from outside, wash your hands again. Okay? Splash some water on your face so you can get some of the dust and things that's probably as you walk outside, you move around. You never know what particle, what's up in the sky, in the air, mix up. Just kind of like rinse your face a little bit. Love you. This is. Love you. Right here. Keep you right here. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Be safe.